Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for it's for Wednesday, 27th day of September, 7th day of Tishrei. We're going to move on to the laws of Lulav now. If that seems a little bit weird with Yom Kippur approaching, we must move ahead to Sukkot laws because we're going to have so little time after Yom Kippur for them. Minimum height of a Lulav when you choose it is 4 tefachim. Tefach is this, so it's 4 of these, which is, in other words, it's got to be about 16 inches. That's the minimum height of a lulav. Most of the lulavs you're going to look at are going to hopefully hit that minimum height. You must own the lulav that you're using on the first 2 days. It says, "Olakachtem lachem bayom harishon." Take something that belongs to you on the first days. First 2 days are called the first day. We won't go into that now. And so you have to own your lulav on that day. Now, if you don't really own one, what you could do is have your friend give it to you as a matana almanas lahachzir, a present that you are on with a condition, a stipulation that you must give it back. That's a legal loophole and it's allowed. So your friend can give you the lulav and say it's yours, lulav esrog, the whole spiel. It's yours to use. It's yours, and after you use it, you should give it back to me. And it's yours on condition that you give it back to me. That is legal. You're allowed to do that, and that's how you could own your lulav if you can't, and esrog and everything, if you can't manage to buy one. If you want to use the shul lulav, sometimes the shul has some lulavs, on a table, out there for people to use. That's a wonderful idea, but there's a bit of a fear that somebody might have picked it up and acquired it, and when he put it back down, he didn't sort of give it back to the shul, as we just discussed. So it could be mildly problematic. It's good to try to buy your own if you can. You can't ever use a stolen lulav or esrog. That's called mitzvah haba ba'avera, a mitzvah that came through sin, and you're not allowed to do that. So don't plan on stealing or getting in an unkosher way, just grabbing somebody's lulav. That's improper. Make sure that the leaves of the lulav can, bend outwards a little bit. If they're totally stuck to the lulav, that's a problem. The tiomes, that's the middle leaf of the lulav, must be not split at the top. It's best if it's not split at the top. Then we get a little bit more lenient if it's after the first 2 days. But first best thing to try to do is get a lulav that's all the way attached up to the top, and those middle 2 leaves are not split away from each other. You may have to ask someone in the lulav or esrog store to help you discern that about the lulav you're buying, but check on that. The color, it should be green. If a lulav turns totally brown, then it's too dry and it can't be used. But if it's got green color to it, then it's fine. Sometimes lulavs have a little bit of a brown kind of peel on the outside of them. That's not much of a problem. You can even peel that off if you want to. Let's quickly go to hadassim. The minimum length of a hadas, that's the myrtle branches which go on the right of the lulav. They, 3 of them, they are supposed to be 3 tefachim tall, 3 of these, which is about a foot. If you're really desperate, you could use 10 thumbs. A thumb would be this thickness, 10 of those piled up. That would be okay. And it's supposed to be meshulash, which means it's supposed to be 3 leaves like this, growing 3, 3, 3. As you go up the stem, you keep seeing 3s. That's the best way to find your hadas. Try to get one that's all 3'd up and down from top to bottom if possible. A hadas shota is, that's an invalid hadas. That's one where there's 2 leaves, and then the third one is a little higher than the other 2, and you keep seeing that up and down the lulav. That's called a hadas shota, like a foolish hadas, improper. Shouldn't use it. If it withers a little bit, it's still good. I do recommend that you try, if possible, to get a second set of hadassim to switch over to about halfway through Sukkot, because they might dry out. But you can make it on one set, and if they get a little dry, it's okay. Just watch out that many of the leaves don't start falling out. That could become a problem. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye.